Welcome to another episode of Q&A with Dr. B. Today's question is an Excel question. It comes to us from a race organizer who was trying to count t-shirt sizes from this spreadsheet she had for an upcoming race. Here's the spreadsheet the race organizer came to me with and needed to count t-shirt sizes. Notice the spreadsheet has full name, age, shirt size, signed, status, and gender. She could have gone down and just counted all the smalls, then all the mediums, and wrote those on a sheet of paper, and then ordered the t-shirts. However, there was another little caveat to go with this, in that if the status was volunteer, the participant received a different t-shirt than if it was race only. So she came to me and said, is there an easy way to do this? And of course, there is an easy way to do this. It's called a pivot table. And to create a pivot table to do these counts for us is very easy. The first thing we're going to do is choose our columns from our spreadsheet. Then we'll go to Insert, Pivot Table. Notice it brings up this dialog box and it asks us first, what is the table range where we want to select to create our pivot table. And because we had selected our columns first, it tells us from the pre-registrations tab or spreadsheet, we want columns A through F. And then it asks us where do we want to put our pivot table. We can either put it in a new worksheet or in an existing worksheet. We're going to go ahead and put it in a new worksheet. So once we click OK, it creates a new worksheet. Notice here, this is sheet 5 now. And our sheet will be here on the left. And over here on the right is some choices. And down here is where we design our pivot table. We have to decide what headers we want to go across the columns. And in our case, we're going to put the t-shirt sizes across the top. So I'm going to simply take shirt size and drag it into column headers here. Notice it put large, medium, no selection, small, and so on. Now they are in order, but they're in alphabetical order. And because of the way we labeled them as large, medium, there's no good way or easy way to put them in order like small, medium, large. But this will suffice for our needs because all we really want is counts. The next thing we want is on the row, we want status because we want to divide our counts by status. So we just drag the status into our row labels here. And notice now we have corporate, race, and race only, and volunteer. Here is where we're going to put our totals or our counts. And so we need to put that in our values portion here. And so we'll simply drag t-shirt size to values and voila, it counted all of our sizes for us. So in a matter of a couple of clicks here, now we have all of our t-shirt sizes counted. And so we can see now, like we need to order 55 race only, large, 1 large corporate, and 17 volunteer large shirts. So that's how we do a pivot table to do counts for us very quickly. Thank you for watching this episode of Q&A with Dr. B.